are going to be watching SCP-2316. Everybody in chat was telling me to check this out. I have no idea what's going to go on. I just see black screen and my eyes are open, so let's check it out. Field trip. Do I gotta get my mom to sign the slip? You do not recognize the bodies in the water. This is the worst field trip ever. Dude, I do have a scary field trip story. When I was a kid, we went to go and look at a bunch of longhorns and paint them because I grew up in Texas. Then what happened was I told the lady that was running the field trip that I was really thirsty, and she kept saying, just drink your spit, just drink your spit. And I drank my spit for 3 hours.
By order of the Overseer Council, the following file describes a Keter class anomalous Cognitohazard and is level 42316 classified. Unauthorized access is forbidden.
Okay.
Item number 2316. Level 4, secret. Containment class, Keter. Disruption class, Kennick. And risk class, danger.
The following file contains images and text that are carriers for anomalous cognitohazardous influences. You do not recognize the bodies in the water.
Wait, how did he do that? That was cool. Let me try.
You do not recognize the bodies in the water.
How was that? Out of 10?
Due to this, it is imperative that all personnel accessing this file be certified as having a cognitive resistance value, CRV, of no less than 14.5. Should you fail an automated CRV verification, please remain calm and do not move. A member of your site's medical staff will be with you shortly.
Oh.
Please repeat the following phrase slowly and clearly into your terminal microphone. Running adjusted tonal variance processor.
I do not recognize the bodies in the water.
Verification complete.
Yes! Yes! The first test I passed in years!
User CRV is within acceptable limits.
Woohoo!
Special containment procedures. Under no circumstances are Foundation personnel to approach SCP-2316. Observation of SCP-2316 must only be carried out by remote dummy probes.
Not me, I'm a remote smarty probe. I guess that would be different in Canada and the US.
Utilizing video and audio recording equipment. Only those personnel adequately rated for exposure to cognitohazardous anomalies may review footage and audio of SCP-2316. The lake in which SCP-2316 is located has been quarantined and fenced off, and is to be routinely patrolled by individuals who have not been exposed to SCP-2316 and have no prior knowledge of its characteristics.
Dude, I would never want to get employed here. Well, I mean, in general. But I would never want to get employed here because they always got you doing some crazy shit and you have no idea what's happening, and then basically you're just like fodder. This is the worst job in the world right next to the airport.
You do not recognize the bodies in the water.
Individuals who attempt to bypass the enforced quarantine must be apprehended and moved to Site 33 for a full cognitive influence screening. Individuals who come within 50 meters of the lake containing SCP-2316 are to be considered lost.
Oh!
Please repeat the following phrase slowly and clearly into your terminal microphone.
I do not recognize the bodies in the water.
Verification complete.
Yes!
User CRV is within acceptable limits.
Description: SCP-2316 is the designation for an anomalous phenomenon existing within County. SCP-2316 manifests as a group of human corpses floating in a small group at the surface of the water.
I mean, this is kind of sad, but at least they have each other.
The identities of these corpses are
Cognitohazard removed. Automated change unknown.
Though DNA testing has been inconclusive. While SCP-2316 appears to be individual instances, it is theorized that SCP-2316 may instead be an entity composed of a collective consciousness.
Okay, I just had a crazy idea. You guys know how Universal does like the haunted houses and they go like crazy with them? I went to the Five Nights at Freddy's one. They should do like an SCP haunted house. That would be so cool. Like you could like walk in and just see like bodies floating in the water. They have so much material, just straight up like shaken cages. It would be awesome.
Individual instances of SCP-2316 do not act on their own, but do seem to be able to act collectively as a single unit.
Oh, hive mind, just like Twitch chat. not!
The individual instances of SCP-2316 are unrecognizable.
You do not recognize the bodies in the water.
SCP-2316 hosts a powerful cognitohazardous effect, causing those who have viewed SCP-2316, are aware of certain parts of its nature, or who were enrolled in
Cognitohazard removed.
I did not have relations with the bodies in the water. I hope not! You distracted me, now I have to go back.
are aware of certain parts of its nature, or who were enrolled in
Cognitohazard removed. Automated message invalid.
to believe that the individual instances of SCP-2316 are human beings they recognize, typically from their childhood.
Oh, ew.
Attempting to come into contact with SCP-2316
Okay, somebody I would recognize from my childhood. When I moved away, there was this kid that lived down the street, and I gave him all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I guess I would ask for them back.
instances by way of entering Lake or touching an instance of SCP-2316 will cause other instances of SCP-2316 to appear.
You do not recognize the bodies in the water.
The additional instances only serve to reinforce and add to the strength of the cognitohazard, compelling affected individuals into the lake. Individuals who enter the lake in this way are lost, and to date, none have been recovered. Addendum 2316-1.
Shadow Realm.
Interview.
Data expired. Error. Unrecognized user. Please log in to view file A0 less than. Verification PI. User CCRL is valid and accepted. Let me show you their faces. Begin log.
Did you ever feel compelled to enter the water? Like something was pulling you in?
No, I don't even shower, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I am allergic to the water. Now leave me alone.
What? No, of course not. There's nothing wrong with them. They didn't drag me in. I saw them in the water and went in myself. I needed to see them. I wanted to hear what they were saying. They're my friends.
It's over.
When you entered the water, what did you see? Faces. My friends. Faces I recognized. Some I didn't, but they became more familiar as I saw them. I'd known them my whole life, but there was something wrong with them. Wrong with them. Like the face of someone you see in a dream, or you can't remember it right.
Dude, I do have people that are only in my dreams, and it's very weird. And I also have like places that are only in my dreams. Like there's this mall that I go to all the time in my dream, and I know exactly where the stores are. Like if I want to get boba, I know I got to go down the escalator to the left and go all the way down to the bottom floor, and then the boba is in like the food court, which is like pretty big because I just be hungry in my dreams for real. But like, I do have that.
There's something wrong in the way they're speaking. They speak. No, that's impossible. They're simply not moving their mouths, but I could hear them asking for help.
I mean, that's pretty easy. Like maybe they're ventriloquists. Help! Keep me on the Muppets.
They told me. They told me who they were. They told me you knew who they were. That you... Enough of that. You're clearly succumbing to the Cognitohazard. We need to get you medical attention, Agent. If you...
Does he have insurance? Do they offer that?
Get your hands off me. I know all their names, Harrison. I heard them speaking to me. Every single one.
Oh my god, this is me when I try to explain that I'm a streamer. I swear there's people in my chat. I've heard them all. They talk to me. They're real.
All it takes is one person to see them and tell people, and they'll know what you've been trying to hide. Turglaw High School. Subdue them, get them out of here, take them to amnestics, and turn that goddamn recorder off.
End log.
Oh my god, that was my family when I came home in elementary school. Turn that goddamn recorder off.
Please repeat the following phrase slowly and clearly into your terminal microphone.
I do not recognize the bodies in the water.
User CRV is not within acceptable limits. User CRV influenced by active
Can I try again?
hazards. Please stay still. A member of your site's medical staff 2021 will be
No redos!
terminal lockout out.
Addendum 2316-2.
Invalid entry. Terminal low 532. You don't have a lot of time. You'll need to get away quickly. Go back
You
to
don't
the
gotta
lake.
tell me twice.
Go into the water. Look into their eyes. It's your friends, your classmates. You took the trip to the lake in the fall of '75 together when you were young. Don't you remember? Look into their eyes. I know you can hear them talking to you, just like they talk to me. Don't
What'd they
let
say?
them tell you it's just a cognitohazard.
They didn't tell you what I did at the Christmas party, did they?
This is their fault.
They caused this.
We were all innocent kids, don't you remember? And you just got away. You and
Can you imagine if you cannonball into the lake? Well, cannonball!
I, the rest of them, are at the bottom of that lake, waiting for us to go back to them and be whole together again. They want us to know. They want us to remember. Wake up, goddammit. Remember the fall of '75, the year we were supposed to graduate.
Don't make you forget.
They're calling to you. Can you hear them? Can you hear them?
Yeah.
Can you hear them?
Yes.
Can you hear them? Can you hear them? Can you hear them? Can't you hear them? Can you hear them? Look into their eyes.
I don't wanna. I have a hard time with eye contact because what if I'm looking at somebody and then they think I'm looking at them too much, so then I look away, and then they think when they look back at me that I'm not looking at them enough, so then they think that I'm antisocial. But the problem is that I was looking at them too much, but they were looking at me when I was looking at them, so now it's just awkward.
Can you hear them? 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 Can't you hear them? Can you hear them? Can you hear them? I know you can. Can you hear them? Can you hear them?
Yes.
Water. You did not recognize the bodies in the water. You did not recognize the bodies in the water. You did not recognize the bodies in the water. You did not recognize the bodies in the water.
Can you hear them?
I need my medication.
They're waiting for you.
No! Is it dark in here?
Description: SCP-1833 is a copy of the 1976 edition Kirklandwood High School yearbook,
Nobody's original anymore.
previously belonging to student Carolyn Kirk. The yearbook shows mild wear and use indicative of its age.
Oh.
The front
I don't even think I bought a yearbook. No, I didn't. Did you guys buy a yearbook? Wait, no. I have one senior year, but I don't know where it is. And I think somebody wrote Hags.
cover of SCP-1833 shows a 3-arrow design with the
Oh.
words Reflections of 76 near the center of the page and KLHS 1976.
RGV, thank you for 4 months. Can we get a great V in the chat? I did actually. I want to sign it. If anybody goes to off-kite, let me sign your yearbook. That's just like a random thing to sign.
In the bottom right corner. The back
He's not telling the truth. There is no body in the bottom right corner.
of SCP-1833 is blank, save for a small amount of charring along the spine. An inscription inside the back cover reads, "We've had a great year, haven't we?
Oh.
Don't worry about waiting for the reunion. I'm sure we'll see each other soon enough.
Huh?
Lots of love from all your best friends."
All of them? But if you have a best friend, isn't it just one? Biblical greed with the best friends.
Verification complete. User CRV is within acceptable limits.
Did you hear that? Thank you, DJ. It's the end of the
I would
video!
like to give a special thank you to Zargaran, Professor Puffer,
Good person.
The Morrigan,
Awesome person.
Ritalius,
I know that guy.
Karim El Ashmoui,
My best friend.
Jebby,
My other best friend.
Pure Osmium,
Great person.
Sio Diodemnatus,
He helped me out.
Revenant,
Loaned me his Lambo.
Brian Sanchez,
Gave me 50 bucks.
Matthew Gilmore,
Gifted 20 subs.
Eric Corbage,
Picked me up from school.
Kauai Firekeeper,
Drove me to work.
Longinus,
Lent me a cigarette.
Carcass Aqua,
Gave me a Bud Light.
King Madding,
Bought me a shot.
James Saba,
Rode me off. I ran out of things to say. I don't know. I
and Jay Vojak.
didn't even... A good
If you
person.
would like a special thank you at the end of each of my videos,
I was trying to say rode me to work and then I stuttered. Because I thought I already said that.
and some other cool stuff as well, visit patreon.com/TheVolgun. Thank you.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching. This was a great video. If you have any SCP reactions, let me know in the comment section down below, or join the Discord and let me know in there. And come by the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/BerryCrepe, or use code Berry for 10% off your gamer subs order. I super appreciate it. Have a great evening. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. That was fun.